Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down.
Hello everybody and welcome to Craftmas. Today I'm in my Project Life album and we're going to take a look at August. You saw July last week and all of this is done. So if you missed July last week, go back and check out July because I did all of this work here that you're seeing for July. I've already done all of it. So for August, I used the core kit I think it's called Every Day, and I have it set up here, you can see, and then I think I'm going to end up having one insert, and I talked about last week how I just didn't have a lot that was happening in August. We had a really horrific summer this year. I don't do well in the heat. It's really hard for me. I get migraine headaches. And August came, it was time for the kids to start school and we had horrific heat. And I just getting the kids to school and surviving day to day, the heat was my focus. So there was not a lot of extra things happening, and that's okay. Memory keeping is full of ebbs and flows. And sometimes you have a lot that you're documenting and sometimes you don't. I do find that when I'm working on my album in real time, when I'm working on any memory keeping project in real time or on, a daily basis, weekly basis, I do take more photos because I'm thinking about it. I'm excited about documenting the things and taking the photos. And so I do like working on things on a more regular basis. This summer it just didn't happen. The other thing I want to share is that photo right there of the road, it's like the sky and the road. I did not take that photo. That photo I stole from Facebook. So I always share this tip. I'm a part of a couple Facebook groups that are for our community. We live in a really small town. It's a historic town. We have a very small population in our town, and then our county is very small, and there's several groups. There's a group for our little town. There's actually two groups for our little town, and then there's a couple groups for our community and then the surrounding communities. I'm a part of all of those. Now, people upload photos all the time. They upload photos of the sunset, of this road, of driving down the road, of different events that are happening in our community. I'm a part of the Facebook group for our fire departments. So the thing is that as long as you're not selling the photos, as long as I'm not going to go make a postcard out of this photo that this person took, you can take it from Facebook. All you do is double click or right click or hold your finger on the photo, and then it will ask you to save, if you want to save that photo to your camera roll, and you pick yes. Now, there is an option on Facebook where some Facebook groups, they block you from saving the photos. All I do is take a screenshot and then I use my Project Life app and then I put it into a canvas and then I print it. Now listen, if I wasn't doing videos on the internet, nobody would ever know that I did that. And so there's nothing wrong with doing that and having that in your own memory keeping albums. Obviously this is like a family album and it's like of our community and the different things that are going on. That photo is of a scene. So there are no people in it. And so I don't really think that's a big deal. I always recommend this. I always say take photos online, take them off of online, take them off of Instagram, take them off of Facebook. If they're for your personal use, it's probably not a problem. Now, I know there's probably going to be somebody on here that's like, you shouldn't do that. Listen, if somebody puts it online, they put it online. And in our community and our community Facebook groups, I know everybody. I mean, I probably know the person that took I can almost guarantee I know who took this photo. And if I would have texted them and said, can I have that photo of the road you took the other day you posted on Facebook? They would have said yes, and they would have texted it to me. So that is the other thing is that when you're a part of these Facebooks that are community related, you probably know the people. Also group community Facebook groups we have one for our high school. So the girls' high school, they post photos in there and I take them, I will save them and use them. So again, I'm using them in my personal album. I'm not trying to sell them. I am very careful because I do post online. You will notice a lot of times I do not share photos of like my kids' school with other kids and stuff in it. So, just in case you're online and you're sharing, like I wouldn't necessarily, I'd put a post-it note over it or something, but that is a fantastic way to get photos when you don't have a lot of photos. So I wanted to mention that. So the other thing that I want to mention, as I'm just dropping in my photos, you're seeing that I am just dropping in my photos and adding them to the pockets that I need to add them to. The other thing is that I've gotten a few questions because I've mentioned in some videos that I am changing the way that I'm memory keeping. And I'm very nervous about this. I feel very scared to do this because I have only done my memory keeping projects in one way. I've really done them in this 12 by 12 format for so long. And I've gotten questions about if that's going away. And the answer is no. I'm still going to do my Project Life family album, which is what I'm working on right now. I will share that like I have been. I usually do that on Thursdays. Tuesdays or Thursdays are Project Life weekly, and I share that with you. I will be using my core kits again next year. I loved doing that this year. I didn't even make a dent in any of my core kits, and I really want to use that product again. I had so much fun. So I'm going to be using core kits again. I will do it in the same 12 by 12 format. That's the way I like doing my family albums. I've done them that way for years. I will also be doing a personal Project Life album. I will do that in 9 by 12, or I'm sorry, 6 by 12. I loved doing that last year. It was perfect. I'm using Stories by the Month for that with Ali Edwards. I will have a video at the beginning of the year showing like all the projects I'm going to work on. But those two things are not changing. My one little word process, I'm changing. I'm not doing that in a 6x8 album anymore. I'm doing something totally different, and I'll be sharing that. I will still do traditional layouts. I will still have a workshop at the very end of the month for my members where they will see a 12 by 12 workshop. What I am doing is I'm adding a few things to my lineup so that I can do some memory keeping in some different ways. I'm struggling a little bit wanting to do something different. That's why I started doing the personal album and the 6 by 12, and it was amazing the amount of fun I had and inspiration that I got from that project. And so I'm so happy to be doing that now. So I just need something a little bit different, and I didn't really know that I needed something different until I stumbled upon a couple videos and I was very intrigued. So sometimes when you're memory keeping, sometimes you get bored. I know a lot of people struggle with the 12 by 12 because it's so big. I have a friend that I'm really excited. I'm hoping after the first of the year, I'm going to share with her this new method, and I'm hoping it's going to inspire her because she says a lot of the time like she is so overwhelmed by the size of 12 by 12, and I get it. It's a big size. The albums are big. Even here, like, I have some photos that like I want to do of the kids going back to school, but I don't want 12 by 12. I feel like that's going to be really big, but then I'm struggling like doing it in this 8.5 by 11 pocket. So I get it that it can be overwhelming. And so I'm actually hoping to introduce her to this style, and then I'm going to report back. I'm hoping that maybe she'll do some memory keeping and let me share it here on my website and here on YouTube. But I just need something a little bit different. And I definitely know I'm excited for One Little Word and how I'm doing. I'm not doing it in a 6x8 album. I'm not using pockets. I'm just doing something totally different. And then I am also excited to get some different product. I love Ali Edwards product. I love doing Stories by the Month, but I am hoping to just see what it's like to use some other product, and especially to use my stamps. I have all of these stamps and I rarely use them because I don't know how to make them work in 12 by 12 memory keeping. I don't know how to make them work in pocketed memory keeping. I know a lot of people have said to me or left comments like you could use your stamps to make, cards, to make 4 by 6 cards or make 3 by 4 cards. but I don't want to do that. I'm not good at that. I tried that many years ago and I just never found a really good, like, I never settled into anything, and I just don't have the desire to make Project Life cards. I do make them digitally for my membership, and I like doing that, but I don't necessarily like trying to stamp them out. I'm not really good at that. So I am keeping Project Life, my family album. You will see that. You will see the same process that I do every year. I will set up a title page. I will share my calendar download. I will be setting a lot of that up with my membership. We will have a day in January where we probably set up our albums together. I'm looking forward to that. So I will do all of that the same. Those two projects, my personal Project Life and then my family Project Life, will look very similar. But I'm excited to introduce a new way of memory keeping and see how it will go. Sometimes you just have to try things out. I've been memory keeping this way for 20 years, and so it's not surprising that I'm just looking for something a little bit fresh. And it's not a complete project from start to finish. I'm not worried about that. I'm just wanting to try some things out. I did try the Traveler's Notebooks out at the beginning of last year. I was kicking around the idea of doing Traveler's Notebooks. I just found that the size didn't necessarily work for me, and the notebook themselves didn't work, and then putting them on rings didn't work. Like, doing the ring system didn't work. So anyways, all of that to say, I am excited to try something new. I will be sharing that with you, but the main love of my life, which is my Project Life family album, is not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing that. And then all that I did right here is this kind of kicked off when I went and did all of July, was doing this title page. I just kept it really simple. I needed to cut down the rounded corners and then add cardstock to that, and that's all I did here. Is I just trimmed everything down and then I added the cardstock, and then right after I got done doing that is when I went in and did all of July, and you saw that last week. So thank you guys. Please let me know what memory keeping projects you're working on in the comments below, and I will catch you tomorrow in my next Craftmas video. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. There are 2 other videos here on the screen that you can check out. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That helps YouTube be kind to me, and I would love it if they would be kind to me this Christmas season. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to December, and I will catch you in my next Craftmas video.